Yeah, this week has been great. This week has been really good. Creatively. I wrote a poem about I wrote a poem about this girl. Uh the first time I got bagged telepathically by a girl, um she put the ball in my court from across the courtyard. That was one of the that was one of the lines from it. But I really wanted to read some of the notes that I got from this week, from week nine's, from week nine section of the book. The first note I wrote was, unfortunately, the view of an artist's life as an adolescent, rebellion often lingers. Making any act of art entail the risk of separation and loss of loved ones, because artists still yearn for their creative goals. Then they often feel guilty. This guilt demands that they set a new goal for themselves right off the bat, that they must be great artists in order to justify their rebellion. And then I annotated, like, under that, this resonates. Like, what the F? She just encapsulated so much of how I feel. I suppose this is where audacity comes in. Yeah, I often felt like a separation from not only family but friends too. Like, I often felt myself like dumbing myself down openly and being like really, really smart in private, or really, really creative in private, and sometimes the mask would slip, and I would get props when I actually would put my art out there, like in high school and a little bit after high school. I remember I had a chiropractor, and I was like, "Yeah, I make music," and he was like, "Oh, you gotta show me something right now." So I spit him a verse, and he was like, "Wow, that has to do with the times. That's currently what's going on in the world. That the world needs to hear that." And I was like, "Dang, my chiropractor really thinks that." So that's when the mask would slip sometimes. But another note I wrote was, the need to be a great artist makes it hard to be an artist. The need to be a great artist makes it hard to be an artist. The need to produce great work of art makes it hard to produce any work at all. And then I annotated that one with, I struggled with this before I started this book, and it still shows up in different blurts. Blurts like, you can't make good work because you're not smart. Bro, shut the F up. Doechii dropped a classic detailing her worst decisions in life and made sounding batshit crazy cool. So many examples. This what makes me special. My interest lies in things that are historical, futuristic, and present. Like K. said, I'm not on the outside looking in. I am not on the inside looking out. I'm in the dead effing center. This is such me, is what I wrote. And then the last note that I wrote from that week, from week 9. I'm on week 10, but I've been like falling off with the recap videos. Yeah, this is from week 9. All this is from week 9. Over time, being an artist requires enthusiasm more than discipline. Enthusiasm is not an emotional state. It is a spiritual commitment, a loving surrender to our creative process, a loving recognition of all the creativity around us. And the only thing I noted, I annotated under that was bars. So, yeah, this is really where I felt most resonated with me. In week 9, I did all my pages. Let me see. Yeah, so that's the notes that I have from week 9. And yeah, I picked up a new meditation practice. It was from this guy, Dodi. That's his last name. He's on YouTube. And he was talking about the staring into the flame meditation. And how pretty much the practice, or the purpose of this practice is to observe your thoughts. And pretty much the premise being, the more you observe your thoughts, the more you can intercept the thoughts that no longer resonate with you, and or that no longer serve your mental state. Pretty much you can catch it, because the way the neural pathways in your brain are set up is certain electrical pathways that your brain has set up. It can be rewired. So think of like if you're into football, even if you're not into football, when the offensive team has the ball and they're throwing it to the receiver so they could get farther down the field to the touchdown, so oftentimes, it can get intercepted by the defense before it even reaches the receiver's hand. So whoever's guarding the receiver catches it, and they start running the opposite direction to their touchdown. And I felt like that concept really resonated with me, and I've been practicing it for this whole week, pretty much. I got this like lemon scented candle. That's another thing I realized. I'm heavy into lemony fragrances. I like citrus. I like how it uplifts the room. That leads me into something else. I got a new fragrance this week. I bought Egyptian musk, that roll-on style of oil. I bought that, and I bought some facial serums, or a facial serum rather, from like this artisan market in the mall, where like these different vendors, they rent out the space, and like the whole store in the mall is like these different sections of where like you could just tap into different artisanship shits. And it's pretty fire. I was tapping into the essential oils. I don't even know if it's essential oils, but it's just like herb-based scents and facial serums and like body oils and whatnot. So I got the Egyptian musk, and I mix it with the ndugu oil that I got from when I bought my crystals. Gemstone Dripping. He put I bought 2 chains from him with gemstones on them, and he put some oil in there. He dubs it ndugu oil. I went to look it up and I couldn't find it, so I'm pretty sure it's like something that he invented. It's probably derivative of some like frankincense and something else, but I might be wrong. I don't know the ingredients of it, but yeah, so I be mixing those 2 scents now, and I be smelling like, I don't even know. It's just too great. It's too great of a smell to describe. Damn, I really feel comfortable wearing this mask and talking. I don't gotta like look into the reflection of my screen to see me back and be like, I don't like I don't like the way his mustache is hitting today, or something like. So 9 minutes for week 9. Well, coming up on 9 minutes, 10 minutes now. Um, yeah. So, what else do I have to say for this week? Um, I feel like I covered some good stuff.